All right, today, how to get amazing drum sounds on recordings without replacing the drums. One plug-in, 5 minutes, your drum tracks. So I started playing drums about 3-4 years old, and I've been playing drums all my life. I've recorded drums quite a bit, started dabbling in recording drums serious when I was in college, and I've learned a whole lot through the years about how to record great drums. If I'm being honest, whenever I'm recording drums for like a single or something to release, an album, a recording that's going to be sold in some form, I'm probably going to go to a studio. I have several studios that I like to use. Sometimes I'll hire that out to someone in Nashville if I just don't want to mess with recording drums, because there's some incredible drummers in Nashville. I'll go to my buddy's studio in Memphis. Jeremy Horn has an amazing space to record live drums if I'm going to do that route. Many times, however, I'm making recordings of like a live performance, something for church, capturing a great performance that we did in worship and wanting to put that out quickly into the world. And for that task, I use a single plugin. It's a CLA Drums plugin. It's a Waves tool. You can use it with any DAW that has waves, and you literally drop it down, and in just a few clicks you have amazing drums. You're not replacing the drums. These days we drummers and producers tend to want to replace or augment our sounds with drum replacements, and that takes a lot of time. I didn't want to take a lot of time. I want to do it really quickly. Not only that, if you're like me, most live drum setups in most churches, not every church, but most churches, you're gonna have very few mics set up on the kit. You have one snare mic, not snare top, snare bottom, kick in, kick out, tom top, tom bottom. We're talking just a few microphones on this drum kit. Using this plugin, you're gonna get amazing results. Chris has all of these EQ curves and tricks that he has built right into the plugin's interface. So all you're gonna do is lay the plugin on top of the drums, boom, there they are. So enough talking. I actually set up everything over on the other side of the studio at my computer, and I'm gonna sit down and actually show you a drum performance that I have done with very simplistic setup. Quick technical note, the kick drum mic is a Shure Beta 52. The snare mic is a Telefunken M80. The tom mics are the clip-on Sennheiser 604s. And then the overhead mics that I'm using are the Rode NT5s. And this is just the mic setup that complements that kit in that venue at the church week in, week out. All I did to record it was I set up my laptop. Everything flows through the X32, and I just simply connected into the X32 and pulled those stems right out and recorded them right into Logic off of the desk. We have the session open. This is Pro Tools. I'm going to be using 2 plugins today. I'm going to use both are Chris Lord Alge plugins. The first one is Mixdown, and I always put this on my mix bus. Pretty much whenever I'm doing any type of project, that always lands on the master bus. And then I'm going to be using, of course, the Chris Lord Alge drums. CLA Drums, CLA Mixdown. So let's listen to, we've got kick, snare, tom 1, tom 2, and then overhead left and right. I also have an unprocessed track sitting there to let you hear the difference between the processed and unprocessed in just a minute towards the end, and then I have a track and a click to let you hear a little of it with the band. Let's listen to the drums without any plugins on them and without the master bus engaged. All right, now let's listen with the master bus on. Instantly punches up. I mean, it's pretty amazing. Without, with. All right, now let's go ahead and start with the kick drum. We're going to solo it. It's pretty meh. Let's go to Effects, CLA Drums, and then you'll see there's several selectors. You just move the knob to the actual drum that you're on, and he's built in like all of his EQ curves and stuff right into the plug-in, so you don't have to mess with it. So again, without, with, instantly, just amazing. Doom, doom. I always put a little bit of treble with the kick just to let it punch through, and then I'm compressing pretty much everything on this plug-in. Love it. On to the snare. It's that quick. It's that easy. It does not take very long. CLA Drums. Select the snare. I'm going to push the compression up. I'm going to select club on the reverb. I'm going to turn the reverb up on this, and I'm going to turn the treble up some. Bypass. Engage. If you want to darken the snare up, drop that treble down, bring up the bass some. Again, I want it to cut through a little bit in the mix, so I'm going to turn just the treble up a little bit. Kick and snare. Oh man, it's just that easy. I'm going to do the toms together. So let's grab drums, select toms, club on the reverb. Go ahead and compress. The toms were recorded pretty soft on this console at the church. I don't have the gain set up very high, so I'm going to definitely increase. And that's another thing I love about this plugin. You've got this input and output slide, which gives you a lot of room to add gain very quickly. So I'm going to, again, toms, push, select that club verb. I've got an area here that I set up for the toms. See, that floor tom needs some help. I'm going to go ahead and pan them. That's it. I don't use a whole lot of room overheads or room mics when it comes to the live stuff because I feel like it muddies up. I use a little bit because I want to hear everything breathe when I'm live, and that's all taste. I mean, that really comes down to your taste. But I'm going to select overhead, and then again I'm going to put that club for the overhead mics. Plug in. You'll also, I guess you notice on here that it automatically makes the track stereo whenever you use his plugins. It changes the track instantly to a stereo track so that all of his effects and stuff come through. Again, it makes it real easy to get sounds. So let's just do that. We'll stereo image these overheads and try that. Again, without the effects. With the effects. And then whole kit. Now, just for reference, let's hear the unprocessed again. That's what we started with. Here is the processed. And I haven't done any edits. We're at 6 minutes, a little over 6 minutes. That's how fast you can get good drums using these plugins versus replacing the drums with a drum replacer, which takes more time. All right, I'll play it with the track now. This just gives you a little sense with a few other instrumentation what it sounds like. Here we go. So there you have it, amazing drums with one simple plug-in. I'm always amazed at how good I can get the drums to sound with that one simple tool. So are the drums perfect with this plug-in? Absolutely not. But do they sound way, way better than they did before you just dropped this one plug-in on, added a little compression, and then adjusted the EQ and the reverb? Yeah, amazing results. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. Like this video. We'll see you on the next one.